Hey, dude, I am so happy that you're here. Listen, I first want to apologize real quick. 'Cause it's been a little bit of a crazy past couple months. I admittingly haven't been keeping updates with you since you make everything possible with watch my content and everything, and I want to apologize for not bringing out content in the past 2 months when it comes to this series, but I have been enjoying a couple things. So this was a brief change temporarily, but we're gonna get back to normal, okay? So I've been enjoying streaming again, and I've been having way too much fun with that. And I've been doing a lot behind the scenes with the streaming, which I'm going to catch you up on in this episode. That's all that we have planned for this episode. So, just sorry, I'm just a little bit nervous because I don't normally do this kind of things. But just bear with me. And all that you're going to see is just a little something that's going to come up right here to my left, or your right. My left, your right. Somewhere over here. And it's just going to be just a little snapshot just to catch you up on what's been going on. But don't worry, things will be coming back to normal very soon. Just be patient with me. I am very thankful that you have been here still. So you're still with me as I'm going through this process. I'm enjoying the streaming, and I'm enjoying the new change that I'm going through. Where I'm trying to figure out the best type of work schedule for me so I can do this stuff. So thank you again for being patient with me as I've been doing this, and please look over here to your left, or your left. This is your left. This is my left. Please look over to your right, and enjoy the little video that I've made, so that you can be caught up on what's been going on in the server that's behind the scenes and what you are missing out on Twitch. You guys should totally follow me on Twitch. I'm like totally not a plug, but I'm like plugging that. So it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. Okay, please enjoy. So let's start things off this way. So first of all, let's talk about the honey farm in my redstone shop. So just give a quick backstory. The reason why I'm selling honey in my redstone shop is because honey blocks can be used in redstone for tons of different varieties of redstone machinery, and I wanted to sell honey because of that. And to sell that honey, I wanted to have a bee farm in my shop because it's an easy supply of honey to access from the shop, and it'll just look cool just to see just all the bees just working in the background, working behind the scenes to provide an infinite supply of honey. Sure, it's not the quickest method to get honey, but it's definitely a way that saves me time from collecting a lot of honey. And I wanted to incorporate a system of the honey farm that would have recyclable bottles. So what do we mean by recyclable bottles? So in the honey farm that I have built, there are a line of 8 dispensers. 6 dispensers are filled with bottles. The other 2 are filled with shears. We're only going to be talking about the 6 of the 8 that are filled with bottles. Whenever these are filled with bottles, the bottles are going to be picked up and dropped from the droppers into the into the bee nest or into the beehive, and it's going to drop down into hoppers. When the bottles are in the hoppers, they flow down into a system. They can be auto-crafted into honey blocks, and then the honey bottles break up into 2 items. You have the honey block itself, and then you have the remaining bottles. And I didn't want to manually refill the bottles in the honey farm, so I made a system to where after the honey bottles are crafted from the auto-crafter to make honey blocks in glass bottles, the glass bottles get recycled back into the system to go up to the very top, and they get refed into the system so that I can always constantly reuse the glass bottles and not have to worry about refilling this system. So I spent a stream just experimenting on how I needed to build this. I knew what I was wanting. I needed something that will take the bottles from the honey farm, take them to an item filter so that the honey bottles and the beeswax can be filtered. The beeswax can move on, and the honey bottles will go into a separate line. And then in that separate line, the honey bottles will go into an auto crafter. The auto crafter will craft the honey blocks, and then when the honey blocks have been crafted. There are now 2 items that come out. There's going to be the honey block and the glass bottles. There'll be another item filter that'll be specifically for the glass bottles. Then the glass bottles will be fed into another system. The honey blocks are going to go off into a separate area to be sold at some point. The glass bottles are going to go up an elevator to go up and over back into the top of the system. Now, whenever I was building this originally, I did not think about it this way. I thought about it in a sense to where you'd have one exit, and then somewhere along the line, the lights would split up into 2, so that way one line would go up to the top and one line would feed into the bottom. But that didn't work out too well because the top line, or the line that was on top of the other, was getting priority of everything else before all the bottles would go into the other line. That doesn't really make sense, but in practicality, it just did not work out. It was very janky. It just didn't work out so well. And then later on, I thought of a way to where I could just feed it in one way, have it go through everything else, and then whenever any excess goes through, it can go into the bottom section of the honey farm for it to be filled up as well. And that was a really nice system. So building it in my redstone world, very janky, very messed up, because it was, just something that something I was just trying to put together, and it was very ugly. But putting it into practicality, it's so much simpler. It's more compact. It's actually something that I was wanting to do, and it just came together so nicely. It just worked so well, and seeing the end results of everything working from whenever the bottles were dispensed from the bee's nest or the beehives flowing into the crafter, crafting and circling back up, all the bottles going up the item elevator that's in the back to be refed back into everything. It just worked flawlessly the first time, thank goodness, and that was just absolutely fantastic. I loved it. It was great. It worked so freaking well. Now, the problem that I'm constantly encountering while I'm refilling everything is that the bottles, when they are used, no matter what they do, it always goes back up to the very top of the system because of how it is connected. It's connected in a way to where the overflow of the top row of the bee farms is going to go start feeding into the bottom. So I have to do it in a way to where the bottom gets filled up first before I can start doing the top. The reason why I do it that way is because it's sort of like a double whammy kind of thing, to where whenever you fill up the bottom is getting filled up, and at the same time, if there are any bottles that are being used, those bottles can be refed back up into the top while I am loading up things into the bottom. So it's constantly cycling through the bottles that I'm putting in through the bottom so that it can be fed up back into the top and be ready to go whenever they need to be used again. That's a system that I absolutely love. It's great. It works well. And the honey farm I use a tutorial on, but everything else I did not. It was just me just thinking it through and just trying to figure it out and just put it together, saying, hey, what do I need to do? What do I want it to do? And then just building it from there. Now, I have yet to build a system, which I may use a tutorial for, that will be used for the payment system and the delivery system, because I am wanting to do it in sort of a way that's automatic, where for every 1 diamond or so, or X amount of diamonds that you put in to the system, you get out half a stack of honey blocks. That's sort of the method that I'm trying to do. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. The honeycombs, though, is not going to be automatic. It's going to be the typical thing to where I have it in every other of my stalls, is that there's going to be a barrel, and there's going to be a location to where saying, place your diamonds in here, and then you just in exchange, you place your diamonds, and then you take your wax and just go on your merry way. Those are going to be selling for cheap, though, because it's so abundant. It's absolutely ridiculous just how much honeycomb comes from one. 3 honeycomb comes from one shear from a hive, but it's incredible just over time just how quickly it all compacts together. It's fantastic. It's really a beautiful thing. And my plan for at least the next step of things is to put together the system to where the honey blocks will go into some sort of storage unit, and anytime that diamonds are paid forward, 32 blocks of honey block is going to be coming out just from the floor or something, just as a unique way. And it just makes things a little bit more cooler, at least for the honey farm aspect. Everything else is not going to have this type of system. I wanted to do this specifically for the honey because it's a kind of a cool system already from what it is, and I want to have a unique finish to go from start to finish. And plus, it's sort of like an on-demand thing. Instead of it all being available in the barrels like every other item is, it's just an on-demand where you just put in your diamonds. For starters, I'm going to do maybe like 7 or 8. That may be a little too much, but we'll see what happens. Let's say, for example, I'll do 7 or 8. I'll do 8. You push the button once, then 32 come out. I may do something where it's like you put in 16 or 24 or whatever, and for every 8 that goes through, it's going to be dispensing another 32. That's the system I want to try and shoot for, but as of right now, I'm just going to do just one at a time, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens from that. Which I think I know how to do, but yeah, as I said, we'll see. So that was the honey farm building journey. It was super fun. I learned a lot about redstone from doing that. Something that simple is incredible. I need to do some cleaning up just a little bit, but that was the bulk of the honey farm building situation, and that was so fun. That was really, really fun. And then I wanted to build a witch farm for my redstone shop. So, as many of you know, the witches have got an update recently about them increasing their drop rates whenever they die when it comes to redstone. And I wanted to take heavy advantage of that because of how much redstone is dropped and how quickly I can possibly get the redstone just from AFKing for like 30 minutes or something if I was to build this witch farm. Because of the high rate, I can get a lot of redstone, which is much quicker than mining or using the tunnel bore system that I have made to do some mining. So, kind of nearby, there was a witch hut. I tore down the witch farm, and I just went to town, tore it down, and started to just build up the farm. It was very quick, very easy. I did that on stream as well. And it was an easy process to do. And then just for AFKing, and this was whenever other people were on the server, AFKing for about, I'm going to say about 10 minutes or so, got me about, when putting it together, about 7, 8, 9 stacks of redstone. I can't remember the exact number, but it was quite a bit just from one night session with other people on the server. I was getting a good stacks of redstone, and it was really cool. Now, I ran into a problem again because since there was so much redstone, I quickly realized that there was a potential loss if I wasn't careful enough, because even though I had 3 double chests worth of storage currently in this system, there's a chance that all the redstone, if I was to do an AFK run overnight, won't get collected. So I decided to do the same thing that I did with the honey farm, but it would be to craft whole redstone blocks, and that's what I did. So I created a quick system that whenever the blocks are filled up, it will craft redstone block, and it'll go into the storage chest, and I'll be holding redstone blocks instead of actual redstone dust. That way I can hold 9 times as much redstone per block in the storage than just redstone dust alone. And boy, I was blown away. I was completely blown away. So I did an AFK run that night after the stream just to see what would happen. And I recorded my reaction. So here's my reaction. First time looking into it, everything. It's pure. It was fantastic. I'm still blown away just how amazing that was. So here's my reaction, and yeah, it's just the best. Okay, so it's currently okay. So I've been AFKing for about 9 hours now. I'll go ahead and just remove this. And I started my AFKing at the end of my stream that I did the night before. It's currently snowing outside. Good time to check things out. So this is my first reaction looking at the output of this So I have no idea what to expect. I should probably just check my ledger first. So hopefully things will be okay. There's gonna be a little bit of minecart ruffling here. So we'll see what happens. Oh, what happened? I'll just put this back in here. Alright, let's see. Okay, so I don't know why I'm nervous. This is my first initial reaction of seeing everything come together. Poorly made system to automatically craft and throw away certain items. Wait, where did that come? Oh, that came from above. Okay, never mind. Okay, I thought I was crazy. So witches spawn in here. They go into the minecarts, they die, they go into the double chest. This was the initial storage, but because I was getting so much redstone dust from the new update, I decided to make a system that automatically crafts redstone blocks. And I also have a system for holding bottles and glowstone dust because I need bottles and glowstone dust for my redstone shop. So I'm keeping those 3 items. Well, let's see. Let's see what it is. So this is about, I'm going to say about 9. I'll do about 9 hours. 9 hours is good conservative for farming. Let's see. Wow, that's just 9 hours. Oh my goodness. So that alone is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I can easily get this a lot quicker with just mining sand. But for 9 hours of AFKing, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So this is 9 hours of AFKing. Okay, and that's about the same. That's about the same. That's really good. Now my thought is, okay, I gotta check here. Okay, there's nothing in here. Oh, there's nothing in the lower hopper too, so that means everything is currently in this chest. So I was getting, I'm gonna say about 7 to 9 stacks of redstone for every 10 minutes of redstone dust. Just because of the increased drop rates, the redstone drops is ridiculous. So let's see what we have here. Oh no! Oh no! That is a sight to see. Oh my goodness! I don't even know if you can get this within 9 hours of mining with Fortune 3. Oh man, dude! Wow! Hold on. I need my calculator. So basically, 576 pieces of redstone go into 1 stack of blocks, and there's currently 9, 18, 27, 36, there's 7, 30, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. There's currently, just AFKing for 9 hours, almost 25,000 pieces of redstone dust. Let's divide that by 64. That's 387 stacks. If I did not have the auto crafting system, this would have been full in like an hour or maybe 2 hours. It wouldn't even, it would be overflowing. It wouldn't even do anything. So this was a smart move to play, to just have it. Otherwise, I would have lost so much redstone. 387 stacks of redstone dust right here, compacted into 739, 41, 42, into 43 stacks. I can math, guys. I can math. Oh my goodness. That's a huge saver. I'm set on redstone for a while. This is exactly what I needed. Now I need a lot of other farms for my redstone components. Oh gosh, what a sight to see. What a sight to see. Now we got a lot of work we need to do. We got it. Oh, it's dark outside. I haven't slept in 9 hours in real life, and I don't want no silly phantoms to spawn. Nonetheless, I am very happy though. I am very happy. There's a lot more work that needs to be done. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to say. I just, oh. So yeah, I got a lot of redstone blocks out of it. It was absolutely incredible. Just as a recap, I'm not sure if I said this, but almost 25,000 redstone dust from AFKing for 9 hours. That is a lot of redstone dust, and if I didn't make that auto crafting system, that would have been a huge loss. That would have been a huge loss. If I didn't do that, I would not even have 10% of the redstone items that I have now. So the redstone is going to last me for a good long time, which I'm very, very happy about. I needed that. I really did need that. The supply is there, and plus with the bottles and the glowstone, that's also going to help. And I also quickly realized that I also need to get some sticks because, yeah, I didn't quite realize how many sticks I needed for the repeaters and for the comparators. It was a lot. And because of my lack of sticks, I can't craft anything so easily. So I need to figure out something which I need to get more storage for the witch farm so that I can store sticks. Yeah, I do need to get that going because that's going to save me a lot of time from chopping down trees and getting wood and just all of that as well. But the witch farm, huge success for my shop. It really helped me a ton. I was able to expedite all of my crafting with my items just from the redstone alone. I still need to get all the stone, I need to get all of the quartz, I need to get all of the wood for the pistons, you know, and every other else that's in there. But the redstone itself is just half the battle. That's literally half the battle because it's everything. Everything that's redstone involved has redstone in the crafting recipe. So that was an absolute huge hit. And those were really the two big things that just happened recently on the server. This was the only way that I could comprise it all into one video, was to just talk about it and just talk about what I have done on streams, which again, you guys should totally follow me on Twitch. This is not a plug or anything. I mean, it totally is, but you know, it's not. I'm just saying that you should totally follow me on Twitch because, you know, I do this stuff on streamings. I play on the server, and this is sort of, you know, behind the scenes actually what's going on. So yeah, it's totally not a plug or anything. But I didn't know how else to explain it in this video of everything that I have done other than just talking about it, because if I would just shown you, it would be way too long. So that's what happened in terms of the big things that's going on in the server. So that is what's going on. Now that y'all are up to speed, it's go time. The shop is going to be open up around the corner, and I'm very, very excited for that. And that is going to wrap up today's episode. It was a bit different than, you know, the typical of how things were going, but I wanted to do something just a little bit different compared to what I have been doing, just so y'all can get caught up with, you know, everything that's been going on. Next episode, though, the objective is to try and at least get the lower floor open. Going to be doing a lot of work between now and the next episode, so bear with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If y'all did enjoy, then please, as always, subscribe and hit the like button. That helps me out. It helps get the video out. It just helps a ton in general. So again, thank you guys so much. Y'all take care, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Be good to each other. See ya.